BBC just ran a hit piece on ChatGPT. They're basically saying it's overhyped and no one uses it. It's based on a report from the Reuters Institute over at the University of Oxford. And here's the big headline figure. So only 1% of people are using it on a daily basis in Japan, 2% in France and the UK, and 7% in the US. The BBC article goes on to draw the conclusion that because these numbers are low, ChatGPT and AI in general is just a bit of a flash in the pan hype and there's nothing to worry about. They then go on to talk about job loss, which wasn't really part of the study. Now, I can see why they get annoyed. If you're a journalist, AI is an existential threat. If you're sitting in the BBC and you're seeing what's coming your way, you're thinking, oh shit. So whenever you find anything that kind of validates that viewpoint, you're going to post a hit piece like this. I don't think that's great journalism personally, but hey, you do you. What I do find more interesting though is if you go back to the original report, this paragraph. Younger people are much more likely to use generative AI on a regular basis. 56% of 18 to 24-year-olds say that they use ChatGPT at least once compared to 16% of those aged 55 and over. And if we break it out by age, like in this graph, we can see that 9% of 18 to 24-year-olds are using ChatGPT daily. They're still claiming that this is a low uptake, but remember that we've had ChatGPT for less than a year and a half. For a technology to be used by nearly 10% of the population on a daily basis across all of these countries, that's a hell of an uptake. And the numbers are diluted because they're looking at this range all the way to 55 plus, which makes the uptake figures look generally over a population less impressive. Remember though that these are the younger people. These are going to be the people who are bringing these technologies into our daily life and our business. This part over here is just going to get bigger and bigger. This is just what technological adoption looks like. Generally, it's the younger people who realize early that, wow, this is really cool. They're the ones who have less to lose from a disruptive technology, unlike the people up here who have a safe job and are worried about this kind of stuff. So yeah, obviously this has to be taken with a pinch of salt. However we slice it though, this is quite exciting. If you are currently on a place like TikTok or Instagram watching these kind of videos about artificial intelligence, you're in a small minority of people who are trying to keep up to date with this stuff. And you're super early because only a small percentage of our populations are using these technologies. But at the same time, you're at an inflection point where it's suddenly becoming more important. With now 10% of people 18 to 24 using these technologies on a daily basis. Basically, you're early, but the train is just pulling into the station. That means for anyone who does embrace these technologies in business and in life in general, there are great opportunities. I'm preaching to the choir here already because you're already watching these kind of videos on social media. So I guess all I really want to say is keep going, keep it up. Stay enthusiastic, stay interested. Oh yeah, and maybe make sure you follow me. I always forget to tell people that. Cheers.